Okay, let's see how this goes. So I'm going to, can anybody explain to Mercedes, do you happen to have your name tag?
Oh,
Just so I practice. Explain to Mercedes, what did we talk about, what did I tell you about in terms of pacing of the morning? Why am I sort of diving right into things? Michelle and then Aaron.
Because in the morning you kind of have the most energy to talk and everything. And a lot of your start with morning meetings and kind of slow and everything. So you should start with like, you said the meat of it?
Yeah, the meat. Oh, that's a good idea. Excellent. Aaron and then Cassie, yeah.
She said everything I wanted to say. Like you do the hardest, meatiest stuff first, because that's when children they come in, they're ready to go, like they have all this energy, and then I mean just like I feel the same way. Like that afternoon comes kind of sluggish, and like that's like the calendar and relaxing activities is better to do in the afternoon because that's when kids like have released energy. They want to sit there and relax and listen. In the morning they don't want to sit and listen. They want to do stuff.
Excellent. Cassie, do you want
Well, like the text in chapter 5, I was saying you should start with like an activity where the students can do like an activity with that the teacher's instruction just to get them going.
Exactly. Great. Yes, great.
And it kind of sets an expectation for them to like what we were talking about earlier, that they need to be there on time, they need to be there to like, get ready and dive right in.
Yes. I worked down in New York City in a high needs school. It was low socioeconomic, non-native English speaker, a lot of different needs, and attendance was an issue. None in my class. I mean, they came in and they worked and it was serious and we were getting things done. The message just goes home to the parents like, I gotta be there, you know, and it sends this tone. So it really, you know, it gets transmitted. So it's just wanted to emphasize, I believe, you know, building community and talking and sharing is important, but just think where you want to slot it. So where you want to build. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. I just want to model again the idea of how you can think about exit tickets. So remember yesterday or Tuesday we talked about behavior plan, and you all then did exit tickets. You did a fantastic job of universally 3 out of 3 for everybody in terms of what are 3 key aspects of behavior plan. Everybody really highlighted key ideas that we talked about. What was more of a struggle was why is it important to have observable rules for the lesson? And I would say, I think there were two key issues there that I noticed. One informs me, I don't think the question was written well. So observable rules, many people thought I meant this, have rules posted that one could observe. That wasn't what I meant, and that was my fault. I should have phrased it differently. Exactly, but that's what teaching's about. You get it back, you have to read it over, and then you reflect. And you say, you know, what are we missing? If all the class thinks one thing, it must have been in the way it was communicated, and it was. So if I didn't mean something that's posted, what do I mean by observable? What do I mean by observable? Alina.
Something that you can see, like if they
Oh,
have,
so loud, Aaron.
something that they can see, like if they have full body listening, that they're actually looking at you while you're speaking.
What's another example of an observable rule? Or
Something that you can track almost. You know, keep a record of.
So what might be an example?
I don't know, maybe sitting at the carpet, like how many students come over and are ready to go as soon as they get there. They're not like tackling each other.
Excellent. Okay, so they're not tackling each other. But if I want to teach, what does it mean to sit at the carpet? If I say we have to practice that, I need to observe that you are sitting at the carpet correctly. So what does that mean? How about Haley and then Michelle?
I mean, them getting up out of their seats, pushing in their chair, walking nicely over to the carpet, sitting down, crisscross applesauce with their hands in their lap.
Excellent. Michelle, you want to add anything?
I mean, they have assigned spots, getting their
Good.
spots. Yeah.
So you can't have all of that in a rule, but materials are used correctly, bodies are still and contained. That's the general rule that you want to have. And then you'll practice. So when we go to the rug, you want to make sure that your bodies are still and contained in your own space. This is what it's going to look like. So you want to avoid saying, pay attention. That's not observable. It's a mystery to a student. What does it mean to pay attention? So what's that going to look like? Your eyes are tracking the speaker. You're nodding as I'm speaking. You're looking at whoever is talking. You're not, your hands are, you know, folded, or you're not doing, you know, using materials inappropriately. So that's what I meant, and I didn't emphasize it in the lesson, and I didn't emphasize it, you know, it wasn't clear in the question. So that would be an example. You get an exit ticket back, and you revisit concepts. You circle back and think back. The second thing that I wanted to emphasize is the way you answer questions. So this, all right. I know, yeah, let's see what we can do here. All right,
There we go.
you can see here, yeah, really? What's happening? Just move it. Why is it important to have observable rules for a lesson? It is important to have observable rules for a lesson to ensure. You can see the question is in the answer. You must practice that with students. That is not a what? Complete sentence. But a complete sentence would be, it is important because, so what's the difference? I saw a number of students say, it is important because. What's the difference between it is important because and this? So Erin, it is important because is also a complete sentence, but
This is restating the question.
why is that important?
Because you're,
Wait, oh, sorry, you keep going. No, keep going.
because you're answering the question.
Okay, Michelle and then Brianna.
Don't be specific, like it can be anything. It's pretty-
Excellent, Brianna.
At the same time, you have to be clear and concise for someone else reading your work to know what you're actually answering.
Absolutely. You want to practice this, and I'll try to catch myself through discourse. Through when I ask you a question verbally, answer. It is important to say that because, you must restate the question because. You want to verbally, let's just try and keep track of it if we're doing this. When I ask you, what is 2 plus 2, you do not want to just say 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. Just keep practicing that. If you can do it orally, you're more likely to do it in writing. So it was just interesting as I was looking through. Again, I hadn't emphasized it, so it's not something that you take points off of. But anytime you get information from students, you use it. These are teachable moments. But it is critical at the age that you all are working at that you set that expectation. So just being aware of that. Somebody have a question? Excellent. Great. And then this would also be an example in your book of Show Me. You're taking students' work and you're showing it. So you can see there's an example up there, and then students are looking at that and saying, okay, I can see, I could do that too. Absolutely. So my own kids are in class, in school, but they're in 5th and 8th grade. They're not the greatest writers.
What school district?
What?
What school district?
Bethlehem. So one at Townville and one at the middle school. Yes.
Could you also use this as a kind of way to, for tracking, like if the teacher's looking for that specific target skill to see if students are restating the question, is that a form of tracking?
A form of the tracking, not watching?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. Tracking, not watching is just you're purposefully looking for things. The issue is sometimes you don't know what you're looking for. So I didn't know that I wanted to look for that restate, but it came and now I will. But so in your lesson plan, you want to be clear about the things you are going to track for and be open to other things that might come that you're like, okay, now I need to realize that. But especially when you're starting out, you don't know what you don't know. It's going to happen and then you're going to realize, you must reflect on your lessons and then say, next time I need to do this better. So I would say if I were to do my same lesson from Tuesday again, I'd be much more clear, not just that rules are important, but the teacher has to be able to observe them. And we would talk more in depth about that. And that's teaching. It's all the time tweaking things. All right, any questions? All right, and excellent, Brianna, to make connections. Anytime you see connections between your reading and what we're talking about, make them explicit like that. I think it's great to put it all together. All right. So now we're going right into the lesson. I'm hoping to videotape it. So because then I want to use on Tuesday the videotape from this lesson to model how you analyze a videotape using the prompts that you all are going to do. Yeah.
So I have a question about
Good.
the quiz.
Yes.
So when you grade it,
Yes.
is that uploaded to the Google Classroom or are you gonna grade like give us or are you gonna?
Excellent question. No, Blackboard.
Okay, so it'll be on
Yes,
Blackboard.
exactly. Yes. So all your grades on Blackboard.
Okay.
Exactly. So we'll have all those pieces. Yeah. And again, half a point. So. These are the general types of questions, so you can see either on the reading or something that you had done the day before, or the class before. Okay, let's see. So I passed out the lesson plan, so put it to the side and now put your student hat on. So you're going to act as if you all are, so this is really 5th grade. So this is 5th grade. The expectation is that you all are writing complete sentences, but the goal is that we're working on stretching your sentences. I put a number of standards up there because you can see how it builds from 2nd to 3rd to 4th to 5th. but it really targets 5th grade to think about it. So you're gonna picture it as if you're a student, and then we're gonna talk about it afterwards as if you're teachers. You're going to, this would be an example of like the micro lesson you all are doing in 3 weeks. So the goal is that it's 25 minutes, which would be similar to what you all are doing. It has all the pieces similar to what you all are doing. The timing might be, I'm trying to model a whole lesson, so the timing, once we do this a few times, I would have cut down some things a little bit, but it gives you a sense of it, so we can talk about that. You are going to get up and move, so I'm going to put you with a partner, and you're going to move and really act as if your student's doing it. Questions? Okay. Excellent. Oh wait, let me just get rid of this. And you can also see, I have sort of just the agenda of the day. It's very helpful with students to have the schedule up there. I don't have times next to it. That would be like a next step, but we're not there yet. But for students, why is this helpful for, if you think about yourself as a teacher with students? Why would something like this on the board be helpful? Becky?
Just so they can see what's coming up next and what they've done already. I think it's like reassuring to know what you're gonna do and what you've done. See like, oh, I have a break coming up, we have to do these and motivated.
Excellent. Erin, did you want to add on? No. Okay, good. Amy, yeah.
I was gonna say it's kind of a way for kids to self-monitor, like make sure, okay, like as you said, like, oh, I have a break coming up, okay, I'm gonna just get through this, a little bit have a break, or whichever really.
Excellent, absolutely. How about Michelle and then Melissa?
I think for me personally, I just, it's nice to check things up, so we accomplish something, helps me kind of stay focused, like, oh, we have like 4 hours left, how am I gonna get through that? But now it's like, okay, I gotta get through this lesson, and then I gotta get through this one.
Excellent, great. Melissa?
Kind of the same thing, if they're working on an individual lesson or working by themselves, it's kind of, it allows them how much time, like if they only have 10 minutes to finish their writing, so they can track their time.
Excellent. Yeah, okay, yes.
It just also like sets expectations for like the year, so they know they're gonna have an agenda every day, they know, so I don't know what else to do.
Absolutely. I mean, they know you have a
Forgot what I was
plan,
gonna say.
they know what the plan is, and I think with that idea, it's gonna be a routine. This is the way it rolls. So again, the students that I worked with had behavior issues, and so that idea, I think, Amy, you were saying about self-regulation, to know, to build in, a number of you mentioned about where's the break coming, and especially if you put times next to this. I found when I taught 4th grade, they didn't know how to tell time. They hadn't learned, yeah, exactly. And so they didn't know how to tell time, and they didn't have a sense of time. So I don't know, raise your hand if you're a parent. Exactly. So do you say to your children, it's all right, do you say to your children sometimes like, we'll go in 5 minutes, and we end up going in 45 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, we all do that, right? So I say to my kids, like, okay, you can use screen for 2 more minutes, and then it's half an hour later, But I haven't taught them, and it's very common, a sense of time. So there were 2 issues that I faced with these 4th graders. I had to teach them how to tell time so they could self-regulate, and then really stick to the schedule. So they knew 5 minutes, what that meant. You can hold it together for 5 minutes because then you're going to be at lunch. And they'd say, okay, I can do that. But so analyzing, those were the issues. If it seems like it's just going to go on and on, it can be frustrating. So again, just all things to tuck away. When I was in your shoes taking classes out in the field, I had a little notebook, and it was just tips, things to think about for when I get my own classroom. And it was just things that you collect. So these little nuggets, and then I really did, when I went into my first classroom, went back through and I was like, okay, I want to remember these things. So I'll just drop these little nuggets as we go. Okay, so we're going to start. All right, excellent. All right, yesterday we talked about classroom rules. And I remember what a great job you all did talking about classroom rules.
We're students now.
Now you're students, thank you. Quick change. All right, so look up here at these 3 sentences, and I want you to tell me, what do you notice is similar in each sentence? I see one thinker. Oh, hands are shooting up, excellent. Everybody is noticing something, that is great. So Devin, what's one thing you notice?
They all start off in the same way. The sentence all starts the same. Classroom rules are part
I like the way you stretched your answer. You gave me the evidence specifically. You didn't just say they all start the same way. You proved it by stating something specific. Excellent. Another thing that's similar. Great, Alina.
They're all in blue except for one word, like because, but, so.
Great to notice color. That is great. One more. Erin.
They're like giving a reason, like because, but, so. So they're important because, they're important but, like giving a reason.
Okay,
Or an example.
that is great that you're noticing something comes after in each one, and that's what we're going to figure out today. It's not exactly reasons, and that's what we'll tease apart. But building off of what Alina said as well, today you are going to become word detectives. You're noticing there's one word that's different in each one. It is so funny, in the English language, words, little words can mean something. If I say I have a banana, I have a car, I have a Pokemon, what does that mean? Haley,
You have one,
how did you know that?
because A is singular.
A, that one letter means something when used in a sentence. That's what today we're going to figure out. These words that Elena told us she noticed are in black when everything else is in blue, they mean something, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Excellent. Right now, we're going to look up here. Excellent. You have your yellow paper in front of you. I can see pencils are up because you're ready. So we're going to look. If we see the word because, going off of what Erin said, that means what comes next is going to be, it's going to be explaining. It's going to be looking for a reason. If you see because, it's going to be explain, look for a reason. Right, I like they're jotting down those notes, great. All right, your pencil will be down when you're all done. Great. Elena's done, Becky's done. Excellent. Oh, I see pencils down and eyes right up. That is fantastic. All right. If we see the word because, that tells us we're looking for what, Becky? We see the word because, we're looking for what, Amy? Reason. Excellent. We see the word because, we're looking for what, Melissa?
A change of direction in what first part of the sentence was, something different, like a comparison.
Excellent. Hold on. Mercedes, what was the question that I asked?
Asked what, because,
Excellent. So if we see the word because, it's going to tell us that we're looking for what, Melissa?
An explanation,
Excellent. Or?
a reason.
Excellent. Good. So I think you were down here, and we're going to get to that next. So we'll do it just one step at a time. Excellent. So let's see. I wanted to talk about, I like ice cream, and I'm going to go like this when I say because. Because, why do you think I go like this? When do you sometimes see this? Oh, Cassie, yes.
You're looking for reason.
Excellent. I like ice cream because it is sweet. Why do I like ice cream, Haley?
because it's sweet.
Excellent. Oh, I love that. You use the word because in that. Excellent. He did his homework because he wanted to get smarter. Why did he do his homework, Cassie?
They wanted to get smarter.
Say that again. Why did he do his homework?
They wanted to get smarter.
Because he wanted to get smarter. Excellent. Good. So we'll use that. Let's see. He did his homework because. Becky, why did he do his homework?
He wanted A in class, because he wanted an A in class.
Okay, yes, because it was excellent, great. All right, excellent. We see because all the time. Now we're going to go, Melissa was talking to us about but. We're going to make sure that we talk about but. So if I say you're going to change directions, I'm going this way, and I say but, I'm going to go this way. So if you change direction, you go in the opposite way. I like ice cream, but it can give me a headache. He did his homework, but he needed some help. So if you see the word but, what does that tell you, Brianna?
There's a change of direction.
Excellent. If I see the word but, Amy, what does it tell me?
Change of direction.
Great. What is the movement that you do to show change of direction, Alina?
You walk the other way.
Okay, and you're in your seat, so you might just say, I like ice cream, but, and you go the other way. So what is, show me right now on the count of rock, paper, scissors, what because looks like. So I go rock, paper, scissors, and you go because. Rock, paper, scissors, because. Oh, good, we're going to try it again. Excellent, hands down. Good, good. All right, hands down, ready. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, because. 1, 2, 3, rock, paper, scissors, because. Oh, excellent. All right, now we're gonna try change the direction. So when I say but, what are you gonna do? Switch. So whichever way, you can look either way. Rock, paper, scissors, but. Rock, paper, scissors, but. Excellent. Why are you turning your head, Haley?
Because I'm changing the direction,
Why are you changing the direction?
because the word was but.
Excellent, but excellent. Last one, so. So is telling me something is going to result. I like ice cream, so I eat it as a treat. I like ice cream, so I eat it as a treat. He did his homework, so he could go out and play. When I do so, what is that telling me? Devin?
It's the result.
Excellent. I love the way you looked up there, because that's a help. So we have that. Excellent. So on your sheet right now, you can take up your pencil and write down the definitions for but and so. Oh, you've already done it all. Oh, you go very fast. Oh, good. Okay, that's excellent. Thank you. That's excellent. No wonder. Good. Okay, pencils down if you're all set. That's great. All right, excellent. Nice job. All right. So let's see. All right, hold off. Don't do that yet. Let's look at this. So just. All right. We're going to do an example. And I want you to think about if you're going to use because, but, or so to fill in the blank. Okay? I'm going to read you an example, and you're going to think, are you doing because, but, or so?
Are we not these?
Not those. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Not those.
Are we writing on them?
You're not writing that. Yeah, that's just later. We'll talk about that. Yeah. So it is snowing, blank, it is cold out. It is snowing, blank, it is cold out. Oh, I like these hands raised. Excellent. Melissa. It is snowing, blank, it is cold out. What goes in that blank?
Actually, I think because and so could go.
Okay.
Well, it's more
Yes.
so. I would normally say both because, but it's not necessarily a complete reason.
Excellent. So let's see. So
So, I believe I would go with first. You know, in speaking, I would use the word because.
okay, good. So it is snowing because it is cold out. It is snowing, so it is cold out. What do we think?
So.
All right, raise your hand if you think because. Raise your hand proud if you think because. Proud. High and proud. Excellent. Raise your hand if you think so. Good. Talk to your partner and explain if you think something different. If you think because or so.
Like, when it's cold out, it's not. Yeah. If it was, it is cold out, so it is snowing. Yeah, I agree. Final answer.
All right, on three, we're back together. 1, 2, 3, and we're back. Excellent. Oh, I love the way your faces all look this way. Alina and Haley, talk to me about what you were saying. You look like you're having great discussion. I saw you pointing up at the rules.
So I said it is snowing, so it is cold out because it's a result. And then I said that if you were going to switch it, like it is cold out because it is snowing. If you want to use because, I would switch snowing and cold out.
And Haley, what did you think?
I said the opposite. I said that when it's cold, it snows, so that's explaining. So it'd be, it is snowing because it is cold, but if it was the opposite way around, it'd be, it is cold out, so it is snowing.
All right, Michelle, add on.
I was, no, maybe just in my own head, but I was thinking that when it's cold out, it doesn't have to be snowing. I agree. But like when it's snowing, it's always cold. Like it's never warm or hot. So I
Okay.
was thinking so.
Interesting. Haley, now what do you think of that?
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
What changed your mind? Talk to me about what you heard Michelle say.
Because like she said, if it's cold out, it doesn't have to be snowing, but it always has to be, for it to snow, it has to be cold, it can't be warm.
Excellent. And now, Alina, look back up in here and build on to what Haley and Michelle are saying using the definitions that you were pointing out so nicely.
So I said it is snowing, so it is cold out because it's an effect.
Oh, I love the way you're using this language, the definition, in your reasoning. So let's say that again. Cassie, say what Alina said again. It's okay, Alina, you say it to Cassie
So
again.
I said it is snowing, so it is cold out because it's an effect of the fact that it's snowing.
So let's stop there. It is snowing, so it is cold out, so that is an effect. I love that you're bringing in the definition into your reasoning. All right, Cassie, say what Alina said.
That it's snowing because it's cold out.
So it is snowing, and what are you putting there?
So,
So why is she putting so there, Cassie?
Because if it's snowing, it is cold out, so it's an effect of the snow.
It's an effect. Wait, it's effect of the.
Cold, sorry.
Okay, good. You got good. Yes, Melissa.
But if someone were to ask you, why is it snowing there rather than raining, you would say because it is cold out. It is snowing because it is cold out,
Right.
right?
Excellent. So, excellent. What I'm noticing and what I love is that you're having a great discussion and you're using the reasoning to prove it. So this would be an example of what either might work, and that's okay. That is okay.
Oh, man.
Exactly. I was thinking as the teacher because, but I absolutely love the reasoning of the so I'm going to go with that as well. And I love what Melissa's saying, that it could be either. The key thing is you know what you're doing and why.
That's hard.
Exactly, but what
I
they
mean,
think.
teach that to kids, that it could be either.
Yes, that's exactly. You want the discussion. You want to have these ideas. So it's not just people saying anything, but they're reasoning. And to hear Haley say, I changed my mind based on what someone said, isn't that great? That's what you want. All right, let's try another. It is snowing, blank, the sun is shining. Excellent. Hands are up. Mercedes, tell me.
It is snowing, but the sun is
I'm going to pause because I want you to prove it to me. The same way.
Oh, you want me to do that.
Exactly. Devin stretched his answer to prove. I love when you all prove things to me.
It kind of is changing the direction. It's snowing, but the sun is also shining.
Great. Cassie's going to add on.
Because usually when I see it snowing, it's usually cloudy. So you're probably like, huh, this is weird. Why is it snowing? The sun's out.
Okay, and I love the way Cassie had a hand movement there. Exactly. So that was sort of like our change of direction. Good. Excellent. It is snowing. Blank. I get to go sledding. Brianna.
It is snowing, so I get to go sledding because sledding is an effect of the snow. You get to use the snow, so
I can see Erin nodding her head. You agree? That is great. Great reasoning. Fantastic. Let's just do a couple more. The lights were on. Blank. I could see everything. Amy.
Lights were on, so I could see everything.
You're going to say loud and proud so Devin can hear your reasoning.
I said so because it's an effect after the lights are on. You can see everything around the room.
And I love your eyes going right up to this visual, so that's helping you to remember. Fantastic. Any adding on? Great. Next one. The lights were on. Blank. No one was home. Lights were on. Blank. No one was home. Elena.
The lights were on, but no one was home. It was just a change of direction. The lights are on, and no one was home.
Excellent. And do you notice that pause? I love the way you picked up that pause. You looked up there and you stretched your answer. Erin and then Mercedes.
I would say the lights are on because no one was home, because I'm not home, the lights are not on. I'm explaining that.
Sammy, you said when I'm not home,
The lights are not on.
okay?
So I would say the lights are on because no one was home.
But you just said when you're not home, the lights are not on.
Oh, the lights were on. Oh, never mind.
Good. Excellent. But that's good thinking. I like how you're putting all those pieces together. Mercedes, is it back to you?
Yep.
That's okay. You were thinking something similar?
Yes.
Excellent. But isn't that great that you were listening and you were hearing the whole conversation and then you changed your thought? Great, Melissa.
Not to make things more difficult.
Good, no.
There could be outdoor lights that were on, specific lights, because no one was home.
So what Melissa is saying is let's stretch that sentence even more and prove kind of what lights were on and make it even more specific, and that is great. That's what you're going to do is write it. You'll stretch your ideas so that there's no question that we don't have these discussions. We'll make it so specific. So that's excellent thinking. Last one. The lights were on. Blank. He was reading. Cassie.
The lights were on because he was reading, and you're reading
Excellent, so right at the end there, what did you, I was pausing, and why did you keep going? What was your last step that you wanted to do?
I'm looking for more, and actually, I want to do like that word in that.
Excellent. And that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to just explain the ideas. I want you to use these definitions that you wrote down in your explanation. Later, you're going to work with a partner. You're going to be creating your own sentences. Use those definitions. Make sure your partner uses the definitions to explain the reasoning. Excellent. Now I'm going to call on somebody to create their own ending. These endings, who was it, Erin, was it? You were saying at the end of each sentence in blue, in those examples, there was something. You're going to get to be the author. And like Melissa's saying, create your own, and that would be great. It is snowing because, raise your hand to explain. It is snowing because, Brianna.
It is winter.
It's winter. Great. It is snowing because. What's another reason? Raising hands. Excellent. Haley.
Because there's a northeast storm coming.
Great. Excellent. So you can see it doesn't have to be the same ending. When you work with your partner and you create, you might have the same start and have different endings. Will that be okay? Absolutely. Great. Next one. It is snowing, but. It is snowing, but. Devin.
School's still on.
Oh, right. Excellent. It is snowing, but. Erin?
It is warm.
It is warm. Interesting. Great. So both of those used but correctly because why? What were both sentences doing, Brianna?
They're both changing direction.
Great. I love the way you use that reasoning. It is snowing so. It is snowing so, Elena. Nope, you're okay. It is snowing so. Great. Now, excellent. And I love the way your eyes were up there. And it's okay to have time to think. So you looked up there and what was helping you to stretch your answer? It is snowing so we have a snow day.
I just looked at the sheet and then I was thinking
But what type of thing did you put to fill in that sentence? What was that you put in there? The so was there, and then you inserted something. What was the thing? Excellent. The way you use that great definition in your answer. It was snowing so, Brianna.
I wore a coat.
So what? You wore a coat. Excellent. Michelle, it was snowing so? Shovel. Excellent. All great effects. That is fantastic. Excellent job. I can't wait to see the work that you're going to do. Okay, you're going to now on your paper stop and jot. I'm looking for in writing you to fill in those blanks
With our own ending.
with your own endings. Absolutely.